rosehip soda. And here's how to make it. Before we jump into the recipe, let's talk about why rosehips are a winter superstar. Seriously, they're amazing. First off, they're bursting with vitamin C, which is fantastic for keeping your immune system in tip-top shape. They're also loaded with antioxidants to help protect your cells from daily stress. But that's not all. Rosehips have anti-inflammatory properties, plus vitamin A and E for healthy skin and eyes. And since they're a natural source of fibre, they can even help with digestion. So when you take all that goodness and turn it into a lightly fermented soda, you get this bright, zesty and refreshing drink. It's a delicious mix of flavour, nutrients and a gentle natural fizz. It's a simple, old school recipe that's perfect for the colder months. Ready to give it a try? Alright, let me show you exactly how to make it. Of course, the first thing you'll need are rosehips. Rosehips are the fruit of wild roses. You'll usually find them growing on hedgerows, woodland edges, footpaths and scrubby areas where wild roses thrive. They're most noticeable in late summer into winter, when the flowers have dropped and form these oval or round fruits. They can be bright red through to orange, going black when they're past their best. When newly formed, they have these strands of hairs at the bottom of the fruit, but these can fall off over time, so don't panic if they aren't there. Another way to ID these rosehips are to look for the thorns. Rose thorns are attached to the stem and can vary in colour. There isn't many lookalikes to worry about, but there are a couple that people might mistake these for. Hawthorn berries grow in similar places, but they're smaller, rounder and grow in tight clusters on trees, rather than on rose bushes. They also have these thorns that come out of the branches as opposed to on the stems. Rowan berries grow in big bunches high up on trees, so they're easy to tell apart, and anything that's purple, black or growing in grape-like clusters just isn't a rosehip. Right, let's get to the kitchen. So first off, you will need 500 millilitres of apple juice, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 100 grams of rosehips, and a sterilised 500 ml bottle. The bottle itself needs to be airtight so it can hold pressure, and to sterilise you can pop in the dishwasher, use steriliser fluid, put in the oven on a low heat, or some baby sterilisation tablets like I used. Make sure to give the rosehips a good clean to get rid of any dirt or any nasties. Also make sure you remove any stems that still might be attached to the rosehips. Now, you want to put a little bit of apple juice into your blender, just so the rosehips aren't so dry, and then add all of the rosehips. Yeah, don't forget to put the blade in first. Give it a good old blitz. Just make sure it's really mixed up well. Shouldn't be any lumpy bits in it. We're going to add in the rest of the apple juice. When you've done that, you want to strain all the seeds and any extra pulp that you might have in there. and you want to use a muslin cloth or a straining bag like I've got here. Pour in all the juice. You should see all the seeds, and there's literally tons of them. And what I like to do with the seeds is, it's a bit tree huggy, but I like to go out on my next walk and I chuck the seeds about, just so I'm giving that a little bit back to nature. Now you want to strain it as much as you can. You can leave it so it just drips there, but I'm giving it a good squeeze just to make sure that all the juice is out. So add that tablespoon of sugar to the bottle. Yeah, you can leave the mixture there so it drips into the bottle if you've got time. Now you've got your mixture. If you see bits in it or anything like that, you can strain it again, of course you can. Mine seems alright, so we're going to pop this straight into the bottle now. There we go. Right, now we're going to seal it up. Look at the colour of it, give it a shake, make sure all the sugar dissolves. Now we're going to pop this somewhere relatively warm for about 2 days, making sure to burp it. When I say burp, I mean to open it slightly, let some of the gas out just every now and then, just so it doesn't fizz up when you open it, like mine did on this go here. Thankfully I had a second bottle, so this is what I should have done. And there it is, rosehip soda, rich in vitamin C, tasty and lightly sparkling.